A Red Lake reforestation project could someday return the Red Lake Indian Forest to what it looked like more than 100 years ago. After much of the 50,000 acres was depleted, the tribe sued the Bureau of Indian Affairs for mismanaging the land. So now, as part of the forestry settlement agreement with the federal government, Jenny Day tells us what this will look like and how the project has begun.
The Red Lake Indian Forest that surrounds the reservation will be reforested with indigenous pines. It's beneficial to the economy, wildlife, and much more.
For the aesthetics of the land and to clean our waters, and also for medicinal purposes.
Only 10% of all the land on the reservation is developed, so sustaining the forest is critical to the band's future.
It needs a starting point, and that's where we're at right now, is a starting point.
Every single seed and seedling that's in this greenhouse is part of the reforestation project, so the landscape of the Red Lake Reservation should look very different in the future. The goal is to replant 50,000 acres in 50 years.
We're just now getting started. We have our first crop in one of the greenhouses, and it's a small crop, but you know, it's a start.
The key to getting that accomplished is the Red Lake Forestry Greenhouse.
Having our own greenhouse on land so we can grow our trees locally instead of getting them from an outside agency.
The greenhouse simulates all 4 seasons. Seeds start in the freezer, also known as winter.
When we start a crop, we go through a process that's called stratification for our seeds. And that is a program that we use to fool Mother Nature, say. And so that would be our spring.
Then the production starts. The soil is mixed, the seed is planted, and sent to the greenhouse for summertime. Once the seeds are seedlings, it's time for fall.
So then we would put them out into a shade house for a certain amount of time because they can't be set out in the direct sunlight.
These seedlings will be the first batch to be planted in the ground this spring or next fall to officially begin the Red Lake Indian Forest reforestation plan. Jenny Day, Lakeland News.
And the greenhouse sits right next to the Red Lake Elementary School, so it will be open to students for educational purposes.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.